What's going on, guys? It's Zarek here. Welcome back to another episode of Monster Hunter Rise. Today we are taking on the terrifying Teostra, also known as Boom Kitty, with Zeta.
Hello.
And also with another friend of mine who is currently not in call because they're currently at a birthday party. So
They can still help us.
yeah, they're still going to help us out, but at the moment they don't want to have the background noise all messing up the recording and all. So.
That's fair.
And of course, we're going to have ourselves a little haiku thing here, so my viewers need to listen.
In the halls of Inferno roam the restless souls. The lone monarch approaches with the fire he controls. He's here to judge the wicked who sully his domain. To damn them with his rage to eternal pain. Swift as wind his punishment, absolute his reign.
Emperor of Flame, Teostra.
Here we go!
Still one of my favorite Elder Dragons.
I like that they brought Lunastra back for World, though.
Yeah. Even though some people were kind of mixed on her changes.
I like the fact that they actually had like a dual interaction type of thing.
Yeah, that was cool. But it was more like her gimmick and such that I think a lot of people didn't like.
But let's see, where's Barry going? Barry hasn't moved hardly.
They made it. Oh, now they're moving.
Yeah, they're moving now, but I'm like, what the hell?
But yeah, I think it was also because, like, at the time in World, that was kind of the start of power creep being a thing, where the new thing was always in some way better than the last new thing, and you were kind of foolish not to use their gear in some way.
Have this!
Never mind. I'm right here. Right here, Teostra. Huh. You even knows.
Damn Slagtoth. It hit me. Nasty little thing.
Also,
Move!
a personal opinion here, as a former Charge Blade main, the Charge Blade for Teostra looks way better than the Sword and Shield for Teostra.
Yeah, I've always loved the Charge Blade for Teostra.
Looks like Teo's going underground.
Well, I'm just glad we have. I mean, we literally have 3 heavy hitters on the field right now. We have Malja and Zeno, we have Rajang, and we have Teostra.
Yeah.
And Rajang's not asleep either.
That means we could run into him.
Well, I mean, even if he's asleep, we could still run into him, especially here in the volcano, considering he sleeps in area 9. He just, sleeps out in the open because that's what he thinks that he can do. Of course, then again, not very many monsters will screw with the Rajang. Even Elder Dragons try to steer clear of it.
Well, yeah. I mean, did you see what it did to Kieran in World?
Yeah, that was pretty bonkers.
Yeah.
I always wondered what would happen between Kieran and freaking Rajang, and now we know.
Yeah, it was always kind of a side lore thing, because I think we had one ecology video that talked about it, and I think there were like lore talks, but we never saw on screen what would happen, and then that.
I mean, Kieran still puts up a fight, but
It's especially notable since, you know, it's the only way to break a horn without that whole resistance thing I talked about last episode.
yeah, in World at least.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I think Barry's going for
That's
the
fun.
spirit birds in her own track.
Yep. I've already got everything but maxed attack. So
I still need to max my health and my stamina at the moment.
figured someone should start in on Teo. So
I trust you to start on him.
there we go. Been a hot minute since I fought Teo, but I still love him.
He is a really great designed Elder Dragon. I mean, he's pretty much exactly what you'd think would happen if you mixed a cat and a dragon together. I mean, come on.
And he's a perfect example of one thing that I stress about when talking about Monster Hunter stuff with friends is that everything monsters can do outside of like the really crazy high-end ones like Fatalis in some way can be explained biologically.
Mm-hmm.
But in Teo's case, his scales he spreads them about and they basically act like gunpowder. From there, his teeth act like a spark to light the gunpowder.
Well, that's because his teeth are made of are like a type of flint.
Yep. And because of that, that's how you get his whole blast thing. And Kushala, in the previous episode, like, the way he's able to control wind, apparently it's tied to his horns, but a big part of it is his skin is porous. So, like, porous metal, which is weird, but he's basically able to, like, suck it in like a vacuum, and then, you know, expel it via the holes in his body.
Mm-hmm. He's an air sponge is what he is.
Pretty much. An air sponge with steely skin. Skin that literally does oxidize. We haven't seen it since 4U, or maybe Frontier technically. But Kushala's skin can literally rust.
Well, I just think it's kind of cool that like the last few games that have come out have all had one character in common.
Well?
The cadet.
Oh! Fuck yeah, because I fucking love the cadet. I gotta, which reminds me, I gotta see Legends of the Guild at some point.
Like there's a really cool interaction with the cadet in World if you're on the mission to track the Kushala down, because he talks about his own experience with the Kushi from 4U.
And there's a bit more feeding into that actually. Now that you bring it up, but that's with Fatalis. Basically, when you go to fight Fatalis, the cadet changes weapons and armor again, as he constantly does throughout every game. But this time, he's wearing Kushala armor.
Mm-hmm.
And he mentions in his dialogue both the other ace hunters and the fact that well, he mentions the hunter from 4U and wanting to basically aspire to be like him too.
Mm-hmm. And you know, it's rather weird. We never hear I don't think we ever actually hear whatever happens to our characters.
No, we don't. I think in Generations, the guild bar make a mention, like the dialogue you have with her of her mentioning Doodle, which was the nickname she gave the hunter in 4U.
Mm-hmm.
More or less saying generic stuff like, "Oh, they're still hunting well," kind of stuff, you know?
Yeah. Hey, a shiny.
Oh, one other thing I forgot.
Whoa! The very first thing I pick up against a Teostra is its gem.
Shh. Nice.
Holy crap! I did not expect that.
Also, one thing I forgot.
What is with my luck lately, dude? I mean, seriously.
Yeah, you've gotten isn't it a gem in both episodes now?
Yeah, not only that, but the Lagombi that I faced not too long ago gave me 2 beast gems.
Wow.
What is the desire sensor doesn't exist anymore, it feels like. Well, I can't say that. I still haven't gotten my damn Rajang Claw.
That's fair. Remember, the thing with the desire sensor is when you want something, it won't give it to you. When you don't need something, it will give you 11 of them.
Well, what I want you to do is to try to focus on Teostra's head. I need 2 horns to upgrade the ninja sword to the high ninja sword.
I'll try.
Have you actually looked at that thing, by the way?
It's targeting you!
I have.
Like, how does it look in a master rank?
It keeps the 100% crit.
Well, yeah, I know that, but I'm talking about like as far as damage and stuff goes. Does it stay like relevant and stuff damage-wise?
It stays relevant. Its sharpness, I think it gets as high as. I don't know if it goes to white. I don't
It's
remember.
after you!
But it keeps the 100% crit.
Uh-oh, Rajang's here.
Incredible.
I got him. I'm going for beams, by the way, so...
How do you like me now?
Beams are the easiest way to deal damage with Rajang, at least.
Yeah.
And he just sonked him. Carapace,
one thing I
Fire
forgot-
Dragon, Scale, and Dragon Treasure.
One thing I forgot to mention. In the Fatalis quest, you talk to the commander, which I think is like the leader of the guild, or at least the section the Ace Hunters are part of and such.
Yeah.
I think, not commander, general.
You mean the big guy, the one that looks like a Rajang?
No, even higher than him. Higher than both the commander and the admiral.
Huh.
He's still on the mainland. Which, for the Fatalis quest, you go back to the mainland.
Yeah, because Castle Shroud's on the mainland.
Yes. But the thing I was going to mention is
Get
the
back
general
here!
calls the Ace Cadet, or the Executable A-Lister as he's called in World, by his first name. We have a named hunter.
Other than ourselves, anyway.
Yeah, that is such a rarity in a Monster Hunter game, is to have someone have a proper name. Like 90% of characters are always called by their title. And the Ace Cadets is Aiden.
Huh. Cool. That's actually a pretty cool name for a hunter, too.
Admittedly, I kind of also... I'm debating on getting Netflix just so I can watch Legends of the Guild, which is a story about history.
Oh, that reminds me. In I think it's March or April. I'm gonna be helping a friend of mine. I'm gonna be watching Geo, basically. His wife and his family are going to be and her family are going to be going to visit some relatives up in Pennsylvania, and Geo doesn't want to go. So, but he also doesn't want to stay at home alone. So she's basically hired me to babysit him almost.
Watch out!
Gotcha. Oh,
But they
it
have-
exploded.
But they have Netflix, so
Yeah, you can probably watch like a
Thanks.
that's actually what I plan on doing. That, and I plan on catching up on Journeys too. Unfortunately, there is one series that I really want to watch, but I just don't have Amazon Prime to watch it.
There are multiple good Amazon
It's after you!
There goes the tail. Legend of Vox Machina.
Oh, I saw the first season thanks to a friend. It is real good.
Well, I know it's real good because I've been watching the Twitch campaign for it. You know that's where it comes from, right?
Yep.
Critical Role.
I do know, however, that the Amazon show does change a few things from the campaign. Like, the arc they're in the show,
Thank you!
Pike wasn't originally in that arc,
It's targeting you!
but the show has her there.
You talking about in season 1 when they're in the village and they're hunting down the vampires or whatever?
Yeah.
She's technically there in the campaign. She's just not there the entire time. She does what she does in the actual game, in the actual show, which is she basically
Thanks, buddy.
she's basically there like in spirit kind of, but she
Apparently she's more involved in the show.
she kind of is,
Very
yeah.
kind.
I gotta trying to get at those horns.
It's after you!
But the sad thing is, but the whole thing is with Critical Role, they initially started playing it as a Pathfinder campaign. All right, dude, let's do it.
Yeah, I heard about the Pathfinder thing. That's why, like, some of the things they had to homebrew in for 5e. Like, the little gunslinger thing, and Vax, I think it was Vax, his teleporting knife.
Well, it's not just that, but also technically when you look at the lore and stuff like that of 5e, Pike's goddess doesn't exist.
Oh yeah, Serenray.
Yeah, Pike's goddess doesn't exist in the world of 5e. She doesn't exist in the Forgotten Realms either.
Meanwhile, the Amazon show just refers to her as the Everlight, which I think is her title.
That's her
in
title.
Pathfinder?
That's her title. But to be completely honest, Serenray is really not that hard to fit in, considering that all the other gods that she's actually, spoken to and stuff do exist in it. It's just that they didn't include her because she was originally a creation of the person who made Pathfinder. That's why in Korea Zorial, that's why Serenray exists there because I figured she'd be the best like goddess for Aurora to pray to besides Barry's character.
Not bad.
Oh, there goes the horn. That's the horns.
Oh, the wings are broken now. Gotta get close.
All I cared about was the horns, to be honest, because I need two
You're the
horns.
target!
I need 2 horns from each of the 3 Elder Dragons in order to actually upgrade that ninja sword. So need 2 Chameleos, 2 Kushala, and 2 Teostra. And oddly enough, I got 2 from both the other ones during our runs. So I don't mind facing Boom Kitty all that often, to be honest. It's not my favorite Elder Dragon. My favorite Elder Dragon is technically, if you really want to get down to the nitty gritty, is Gormagala, even though it's not considered an Elder Dragon by lore standards. It becomes an Elder Dragon anyway, so the only reason they don't call it an Elder Dragon is because it's basically like the larval state of an Elder Dragon.
Yeah.
I don't even think Xeno'jiiva is considered an Elder Dragon. I think it's considered a question mark dragon too.
Yeah. So one difference is Gormagala is actually affected by traps, whereas Shagaru is not.
Which I find kind of weird. Like, they don't ever give a lore reason for that either.
So the kitty just sniped Boom Kitty out of the air.
Does Boom Kitty not get KO'd?
It's just really hard.
It's targeting you!
It's hard to KO, I think, but we also just recently KO'd it with Thunderblade a little bit ago.
Incoming!
Oh, I didn't realize you guys had KO'd it with Thunderblade.
Ow!
I've been trying to KO it this whole time, so...
That's fair.
Is that better?
Jeez, that scream from Barry's character. That was like primal. That's it. Up here, kitty.
Another Kitty Dragonator. Is it gonna reach from in there? Can it reach from in there?
It's not gonna have to.
Sure business.
Come down here, kitty. That's it, kitty. And boom, down again. This poor Teostra.
Yeah.
Had enough?
Oh Lord, he running.
Also, you having mentioned like the Pathfinder gods, my brain
That's
immediately
it.
went to one of my favorites from Pathfinder. Just because of how freaking hilariously
Just
dumb he
you
is,
wait!
and yet so awesome because of it.
And who's that?
Jaden Gallion,
Oh.
the accidental god. Do you know the whole story with him?
No, not really. But geez, Teos, what the hell? What's all these? Who had a
Sure.
turf war? Teostra Powder, Magna Malo. Looks like Teo and Magna had a go over here. Oh, there's also Rajang parts. What the hell?
Short version on Caden Gallion, by the way. Basically, he was one of 3 people that have ever taken the, I think it's called the Star Shard test, which is a way for a mortal to become a god.
Oh.
And unlike the others, which did it as a conscious choice, he did it as a drunken dare.
Sounds like Sanguine from fucking Skyrim.
He was effectively like just disappeared from the world for 3 days in this cave where the test takes place. Basically came out when guess I'm a god now.
How about a rude awakening?
Alright. And that's how he became a god.
Watch
Because of a
out!
drunken dare.
Ow. That kind of hurt. Not gonna lie.
Caden Gallion is also just kind of he is a good mind god, but he's very much a god of like freedom, but also
I had a great
drinking.
victory!
He gets along with all the dwarven gods because drinking.
Yeah.
What you got for me?
I've recently been watching a lot of different explanation videos by Mr. Rex. He has a lot of videos on like the different gods of the Forgotten Realms and also the different dragons that exist and everything too.
Move!
was almost a full episode's worth there.
Yeah, 25 minutes.
Yeah. But yeah,
Elder Dragons do take a bit to take down after all. Unless, of course, you got like a team like you, me, and Geo who sat there and literally abused the poor Chameleos.
yeah, yeah.
Like, both those runs were completely bad manners. Like, we BM'd that thing so much.
Yeah, pretty much.
One horn and a claw. Damn. I still need one more horn. Oh well. I can get that off screen.
Yeah. Don't think we really have time for another hunt.
No, we don't, but like I said, I'll get it off screen. And Gregory is level 39 now. Almost level 4, almost max level. At least max level for Rise at this point anyway. Beautiful. I also got enough points that time to get 10 pale extracts from Rondine.
Nice.
All right.
Oh! Ah! Oh, do our village proud.
How can I help you? Oh. Come back anytime.
Hunter rank cap is now 999.
Yep.
And Barry's just left the lobby. She did say she would help. She would only help with Teostra, so. But that's completely fine. Anyway, guys, I know this is. You know what? Instead of just calling it short, let's go to the Buddy Plaza real quick, because while we were fighting Teostra, my Meowcenaries were fighting Kushala Daora. And I found out why the Elder Dragons are shiny on here.
Oh.
It's because they're Elder Dragons.
Oh.
The Elder Dragons, whenever you spot them in your Meowcenaries, are always going to be shiny, apparently.
Fair enough.
Let's see, plants. Oh, good. Got more Stargazer stuff. Good.
Got a message from Barry. She says her hands are too cramped to play at the moment.
That's fine. She did really well. She did really well before.
Yeah.
Okay, before I set up my Meowcenaries anymore, I'll probably do that, and I'll probably do that between episodes, to be honest. And going to go to her real quick. If that was her playing with cramped hands, I'd hate to see how bad that kitty would have gotten whooped with that when she didn't have cramped hands. And showing them the fox getting food gif. Anyway, thank you guys so much for stopping by. If you like this video, please be sure to hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. And as always, I will see you
Let us begin.
in the next video. I probably
Let
should
us
take
trade.
all this stuff from Rondine.
Let us negotiate.
And burn a stone.
Time to bargain. Bye-bye.
Anyway, remember guys, you don't lose, you learn. Gamers, game on.
Game on.